but the products that I was gonna review never made it in the mail yet, so I'm still waiting on that. So maybe further down the road we'll actually review products, but instead we had a little stroke of genius where we decided that I was going to review an album that CJ assigned me, and they're opposite genres. So if you're new to the show, you might not know, but Chris is on the like rock and metal side of things, and then CJ is on the country pop side of things. This has been the way since the dawn of time. This is not a new thing. And so it's always been kind of a thing that we're peanut butter and jelly, yin to yang, or whatever. So we decided to pick a good representation of our preferred genre and have the other person review that album just to kind of get a fresh perspective. If it just happens to turn out hilarious, that's just because that's who we are.
Yeah.
It's something. It was something.
It was.
It was quite an experience.
It was.
Which one do you think should go first? I have notes.
I have notes as well.
Oh, fantastic.
It does not look like as much notes as you have, though.
Well, I went and I did my review song by song.
Yeah, I did too.
Awesome. And
I have like a sentence or two per song.
Same. We had the same idea. We didn't even plan this. And then we picked out our favorite and least favorite.
Yes.
The album as well.
Yes.
Well, I guess I'll go first. She kind of threw me a little judo flip here because when I see somebody come across with the name Jon Pardi, I'm thinking like, hell yeah, we about to party. Like Jon the party guy. Let me tell you guys, that is not what's happening.
Especially with an album title like that.
Yes, the album that I was assigned is Heartache Medication. So first thought in the album thing is I'm thinking, okay, we have Jon Pardi, we got this like cool badass party guy, and he's gonna write an album about heartworm medication because that's all I could think of was like hurts or hearts or whatever it is, that heartworm medication that you get. Yeah. So from now on, when you see that, that's all you're gonna think is heartworm medication.
Medication.
So
Canine Advantix for the win.
Huh?
Canine Advantix for the win.
Yes, Canine Advantix. That's exactly it. Jon Pardi's heartache medication sponsored by Advantix. Yes. So it starts out with a strong opening for a country album called Old Hat. In summary, the old days were better. Me and my buds are still old school, and that's really cool. That's what I got from that first one. It's just very, the days ain't like they used to be. Now I got this old hat, and me and my buddies got old hats, and we're cool because we throw it back old school. So tip your hat and clink your glasses, and yeah, that's kind of what I got from that first one.
I mean, yeah.
Pretty accurate.
Pretty accurate. Should we go back and forth like you do? I do the first, or you want to go through the whole thing?
I think that we should each do ours in full.
Okay.
Because I just don't want to confuse people.
Oh, that's true.
Like, yeah. And so the second song is the titular song of the album, Heartache Medication. Booze. The medication is booze.
Yeah.
That is the medication. It is summed up in She Left, I'm Sad. Pretty much every country song ever. She left, I'm sad, I'm taking my meds, my med is booze. So that's Advantix and booze. The next one, No One Leaves a Girl Like That, or Nobody Leaves a Girl Like That, basically comes down to that girl in the bar over there, she is super, super fucking hot. And she's never, ever going to be single. Like, she is always going to have somebody in her vag 24/7. I should probably order a double of my medication now. Because,
If this is a competition, you're already winning because
yeah,
I don't got what you got.
it's all good. This is just what I was picking up from what he was laying down.
Okay.
After the super hot chick in the bar that you're never going to get your hands on, you have Ain't Always the Cowboy, which reminds you that, hey, girls can be assholes too, and they will totes abandon your ass too. So that girl in the bar that's super hot from the last song, watch out, because she a bitch and she gonna leave you. So
Yeah,
he knows.
he does.
Now the next one is Me and Jack. That one I did select as my favorite. The reason that that one's my favorite is that it reminds me of an old rockabilly tune with the picking kind of the sound to it, but also the subject matter. It could have totally been a Carl Perkins or a Johnny Cash song from 1952, and I dig it.
Yeah.
It basically comes down to I drink booze and get in trouble, but it's totally Jack's fault.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. It's a kitschy old school country song, and I like it. So that's one that, congratulations, has made it into my regular rotation. So thank you for that.
So proud.
Right. Then we move on to Don't Blame It on Whiskey, which kind of backpedals me and Jack to be like, oh, hey, wait, maybe it wasn't Jack's fault. Maybe I'm just a shitty boyfriend.
Maybe I'm just a big old drunk.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Don't blame it on the whiskey. It really wasn't the fact that I was drunk. I'm just a shitty human being. So don't say that I'm drunk. So there was that. And then Tied One On. Okay, please believe this bitch just learned a new phrase. I had to Google that shit. I had no idea what Tied One On means. I was like, is this some sort of.
Did you seriously have to Google that?
I Googled it. I learned a new phrase and I Googled it. It's not as like creative as dump and pump.
It's pump and dump, but
Dump,
you gotta
whatever.
pump it before you dump it, but close.
Exactly. But yeah, I learned it Tied One On, which is basically, it came down to I dumped a real bad bitch and then I got drunk. So it's the empowering version of track 2, Heartache Medication. It's
Right.
just like empowering.
So had you never heard the saying before, or you
No.
heard it and you didn't know what it meant?
No, I'd never heard the phrase Tied One On.
Say, I'm gonna go to the bar and tie one on.
No, ever. No, never in my life have I heard that phrase.
Well, we need to bring it back.
Do it.
That's what I'm gonna, if anybody wants to know what I'm gonna do on Friday night, I'm gonna go tie one on. Might tie 3 or 4 on, actually.
Yeah. See, I don't even know what that could be referring to. Like tied one on what?
Well, you said you went and looked it up.
I did, but it meant to go get drunk, but I didn't look any further than that.
You don't understand what the tied one on is?
No.
Okay, so back in the day, before vehicles, what did the cowboy ride to the bar?
Okay,
The
so
horse.
tie the horse.
You got to tie the horse up outside the bar so he doesn't. So they tied one on and then went in the bar and drank.
Okay, see, I would hear like tied one off. Like I'm gonna go tied it off. I don't know. I don't know. It's stupid. I'm not gonna sit here and argue with 1800s phrases.
Look, it's an oldie but a goodie. I mean, it's
Yeah.
stuck for a reason. Here we are
Okay.
in 2020 and John Party's singing about it.
Right? Well, that brings us to my least favorite song of the album, Ought to Know That.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about that one either.
Well, the reason I don't like it is such a basic bitch cookie cutter new country song that my brain literally blocked half of it out while I was listening to it. Like I was trying to pay attention, but it just strayed. That's why I don't listen to much country anymore, because it all sounds the same. And that one, I mean, that could have been Big and Rich. That could have been anybody. It was just your basic cookie cutter new country.
A filler song, basically.
Yes,
It's
definitely.
just filler. I always skip it. Whenever I'm listening to that album, that's the one I always skip because it's just, there's not a whole lot to it.
Yeah, there's no substance.
Right.
It's just bleh. So then we got Tequila Little Time. It's upon guys. It's a vacation pun.
We love a pun, do we
It's a
not?
vacation pun that Jimmy Buffett and Kenny Chesney would be proud of.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So that's all there is about that. Not a lot of notes on Buy That Man a Beer. It's pretty self-explanatory. Yay soldiers, yay for heroes, yay America. Like,
They just
respect
to
your
drink for
elders, buy them a beer. Yeah, pretty much what that comes down to. Then we have Call Me Country. So at this point, it was just like, hey, if you're still here and you're still listening, this is a country album in case you didn't know. So like, this is country. Also, I'm super sad because country isn't very popular anymore. So it's just him like kind of lamenting that this isn't 1993 and he's not Garth Brooks.
Right, right.
So there's that. Just like Old Times is your basic nostalgia song, kind of like the beginning track, Old Hat. The old days were better, kind of revisiting that again. Another country staple, of
Yep.
course. Love Her Like She's Leaving. This one, this was a fresh take. Okay. This is the rare pre-country song. So most of the time in country, you hear like, I done fucked up. She's leaving. She's taking the dog. That's my favorite coon dog. Oh, hell no, I'm going to kill myself. Like, it's bad. It's usually
Truck,
right.
guns.
She took my truck. She took my guns. She done killed my dog. Like, it's crazy. This one is the pre-country song. This dude knows his 90s country and he took notes. So he's like, no, we ain't doing that. We gonna love her like she's leaving. So we're gonna treat her like she is Lori Morgan in 5 minutes, and we're gonna give her 10 minutes of love to keep her here. We gonna do it.
That's all it takes, just 10 minutes.
That's all it takes. And so I really did enjoy that take because you don't see that very often of like, don't let it get to sad country song part. Like,
Right.
don't let it get to that level.
Right.
And then we had Starlight, which left me just genuinely confused. Is he talking about ghosts or stars or fame? I don't know. I don't know what Starlight he's talking about. I
Yeah.
think he might have been high. He was enjoying the John Party.
Yeah. He tied one on a lot.
Yes. he tied something.
He overdosed on his heartache medication.
God, I don't know. People in the county over here probably do overdose on heartworm medication.
Oh.
Got that canine Advantix. They get the Advantic. It was lame. Okay, I'll stop. Yeah, so that wraps up John Party's country party. So that was good times.
I mean, I'm almost ashamed to go through mine because
No, I'm super curious.
You knew this was going to be bad. Like I tried to open my mind and my heart to music that I don't like, but it's hard.
I struggled a lot because I was like, okay, well, we want to make this something kind of difficult, something that you wouldn't normally listen to. But then again, I was also like, but I also want to make this like one of my favorite albums or something that like means a lot to me or something that's worth something. And so my first instinct was actually going to be Bruce Springsteen's Born to Run.
Mhm.
Because it's a fucking classic. Like, okay, my religion is rock and roll, Bruce Springsteen is my Jesus, and Born to Run is my Bible. So that was my first thing. But I'm like, you know half of the songs on that album anyways. If you don't already know them, you've heard them on the radio.
Yeah.
So it's going to be something that is going to be kind of a curveball. And then I was like, I could throw her some Ghost or some Guns N' Roses or something. But then I started thinking, and the one that I gave you instead is a classic pillar of the thrash movement of the early 90s. It's one of the original 4 of thrash metal. It's Metallica, and it's Ride the Lightning.
And I rode the lightning.
Did you ride it hard?
I rode it hard through, let's see, Spotify says the album is 47 minutes and 25 seconds. So I rode all 47 minutes and 25 seconds of this album. And I'm, I'm fucking ashamed because I couldn't get there. I just couldn't get there. I
I didn't get where.
to
Just in the
any
headspace.
to any level of like enjoying it, understanding it. I just so the first song, "Fight Fire with Fire," I at one point in the, well at many it's in the chorus. I'm assuming it's the chorus. There's many points in the song where I'm quite sure he says "fight fire with fire" and "pussy with fear." That's what it sounds like.
I mean, it's a good way to live your life. Fight pussy with fear, but I think you're hearing something about vengeance is near.
Oh, okay. That sounds, yeah. Vengeance is near, pussy with fear. I mean, I just, I couldn't understand what they were saying because they're in that genre. It's like the music is just as loud, if not louder, than the lyrics.
Gotcha.
Whereas with country, it's like the lyrics are more up here and
Pronounced.
the music's kind of a background thing. So it's easier to like hear and understand what they're saying.
Hmm.
And with this, I was like, I should have pulled up like lyrics.com and like to understand what they're saying. Because I'm sure there's like a storyline or something that makes sense, but I didn't pick it up.
No, not in that
Uh,
one.
yeah. So the second one is Ride the Lightning. I don't know why, but this one gave me Aunt Becca vibes.
Really?
Yeah, like I don't know why. Just I don't know. Just gave me Aunt Becca vibes. Like sounded like something that she would listen to.
I mean, probably. I think she's got a Ride the Lightning t-shirt somewhere.
Yeah. So I don't know. It gave me
Becca
Aunt.
vibes. Cool.
Um, same thing. Couldn't understand a whole lot of it, but yeah. So number
Well,
3,
judging by the cover art, can you figure out what it might be about?
um, perhaps being electrocuted and dying.
Yes, you're riding the lightning, the electrocution, the electricity.
Yeah. Um, so then there is For Whom the Bell Tolls, and I did name that my favorite. That was the most jammable to me. I have this,
Yep, it's a classic.
it's just
Yeah.
flying, it's doing its own thing. Um,
Yes.
so yeah, that I did name that one as my favorite. However, I questioned if they were ever going to start singing.
Oh yeah, it's got a pretty long intro.
I
Same
was
with
like,
Fade to Black.
yeah, I was just like, look, I was like, man, this intro's been, it's a long ass intro, but they
Yes.
did finally start singing. Um, number 4, Fade to Black. Um, so the beginning of the song sounded like some similar to something that was on the Twister soundtrack.
Okay, I can see that.
I,
Now, the
I,
beginning of that song was before I won that contest to get married at Six Flags.
mm,
The beginning of Fade to Black was going to be what I was going to walk down the aisle to.
oh, okay, I can see that.
Yeah, it's
Definitely see that.
pretty.
Yeah, I mean, I do like it, and I didn't look it up because I was pretty positive once the song went on that it wasn't the song I was thinking of. But in the beginning, I was like, "Is this on the Twister soundtrack?" But I don't think it was.
I don't think so.
No. Although it was around, well, no, because no, that would have been too late because
This is
oh,
80,
this is 84. Okay, yeah. I
yeah,
don't know why I read.
it's like 10 years early.
Okay, yeah. Well, it could have been, but
I mean, they could have still used it, but I don't think so.
yeah.
You might be thinking of Humans Being by Van Halen.
Yes. Yes. Now that you
Hey,
said the title, yes, that's what I'm thinking
that's
of.
it.
Let's see. Let's see. Where am I? Number 5. Trapped Under Ice. I feel like I need strobes and pyrotechnics to listen to this.
Yes.
Listening to it in the car or at home or anywhere where there's not like headbanging and acid, like I feel like it's subpar, you
It's
know?
doing it a disservice.
Yeah, you're not getting like the full effect. So I feel like maybe if I was in that environment, I may have liked it more.
Yeah.
But, it is what it is. And let's see, Escape, number 6. So this one's odd. Something in the very middle of the song kind of like, you got this tempo and this beat, and it kind of switched for just a second, and it almost sounded like something that you would hear like in one of those like fun houses with the crazy mirrors, and then it switched back to like the regular tempo. And at the end, is that a fucking Purge siren in the background that I'm hearing?
Possibly.
Because
Not gonna lie, it's been a hot minute since I've listened to Escape.
yeah, so I mean, honestly, I've actually never seen The Purge,
Me either.
but the actual sound, the Purge siren, is like one of the most used sounds on TikTok. So I do want to know what the Purge siren sounds like.
Yeah.
And I was like listening to it, and I'm like, what is that I'm hearing in the background? And then it kind of got a little bit louder and a little bit louder, and at the very end, it was like after they stopped singing, you could hear it like one last time, and I was like, pretty sure that's the Purge siren or something very similar. So that kind of had a little bit of a creepy feel to it.
Right.
Creeping Death. I named that one as my least favorite because, not gonna lie, it sounded a hell of a lot like the last 6 songs.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
with you. I skipped that one too.
Yeah, it just wasn't there. It wasn't there for me. And then the last one, pretty sure I'm gonna butcher this one. The Call of Cthulhu.
That's perfect.
Oh, so what's a Cthulhu? Because I'm picturing like some sort of mythical creature roaming the frozen tundra.
Okay, mythical creatures correct.
Oh,
Frozen tundra is not correct. So I'm gonna pull up a picture. It is like it's a sea creature.
dude, I was just about to say, is it like Sasquatch meets the Loch Ness Monster?
Not quite.
Does it have more than 2 eyes?
Not quite. It is hard to see in the green, but it's got like a ton of like tentacles and
That's
like that.
terrifying.
Yeah. So another version.
Oh.
So like tons of tentacles on his face.
Oh.
Kind of alien looking. Like if an alien and a squid fucked, you would get.
So, is this, where did this come from? Is this like from some ancient book, or like where did they get this idea or this creature?
I don't like where Metallica specifically,
Well, yeah,
or
where'd you
where
pull
does this?
the picture up from?
Let's see here. The Wikipedia, because I've not done a ton of. Let's see, it's a fictional cosmic entity, so that does tell me alien, created by writer H.P. Lovecraft. That makes sense. First introduced in the short story The Call of the Cthulhu, or whatever, how the fuck you pronounce it. Published in the American pulp magazine Weird Tales in 1928. Considered a great old one within the pantheon of Lovecraftian cosmic entities, the creature has since been featured in numerous pop culture references. So, and shaped like an octopus, a dragon, and a caricature of human form. So yes, the name of the song is taken from the name of the short story, and it is
Gotcha.
completely instrumental.
Yeah, no words at all. None.
Yes, instrumental, no
Yeah.
words.
None. I kept waiting, and it was also like the longest song ever.
Yes. Now
Fucking Stairway to Heaven.
find that one and something gold. I can't think of what it's called. Search for Gold or something like that. Um, they did an album with the New York Philharmonic.
Mhm.
And so they did like an orchestral version of that song. And it's so badass. It makes me drive fast. Yeah,
It makes you drive fast.
it does.
Nice. So yeah, that's it.
That
That's
wraps it up.
that's all I got. Yeah.
Still not adding For Whom the Bell Tolls to your repertoire either.
No.
Probably not.
I wish I liked it more. Sorry.
See, I could have given you their Black album,
Mhm.
which is their most popular one. It's got that fucking song that everybody loves. Um Inner Sandman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you would like that album a lot more because it's on the poppy side of metal.
Mhm.
But I gave you a hardcore original granddaddy of thrash. Like
Yeah.
now you can fully tell somebody that you have fully listened to one of the original four slash I can't talk. The original four thrash albums.
So thrash, like what?
So thrash, you have Metallica, Megadeth, Anthrax, and oh god, who am I missing? I can't think now. Megadeth, Metallica, Anthrax, and Ethan. 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 Like the big four of thrash, Megadeth, Anthrax, and who am I missing? Slayer. That's it. About Slayer. I forget Slayer's a thing because I don't really care for Slayer much.
Didn't
So
you
yeah,
have a Slayer shirt?
I don't have any Slayer shirts. No, I had a Slayer cassette tape.
Way back in the day.
Mm-mm.
I
You
had
know what?
that shirt.
Yeah. So you're probably thinking of the one that I borrowed from Becca for Halloween that year. I
Oh,
wasn't allowed to keep them because I borrowed a Slayer and a Megadeth that year.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are the four. I'll probably edit that out, but yeah, Megadeth, Metallica, Slayer, and Anthrax. Then you have the big four of grunge, which are Pearl Jam,
Nirvana.
Nirvana, Soundgarden, and Alice in Chains. I thought about giving you Pearl Jam's 10 too, because that's a fucking important album.
Yeah. Is that the one that has the song on it?
As what?
Like the song, like the Pearl Jam song.
Jeremy?
Yeah.
Yeah. The song. I love
Yeah.
it.
The so, like that's I mean, is that their most popular one? Because I feel like it's pretty
Yeah,
popular.
it pretty much is. I just figured you would know their most popular of their version of Last Kiss.
Oh,
Oh,
well, yeah,
yeah, you hear that one in the mall all the time. What the fuck? That's weird. So yeah, that wraps up this episode. Um, next time around, when you hear us again, it will be for another titty. We are coming close to the end of titty, but never fear. We haven't come up with a clever name yet, but I have got a whole big old box of notes that we used to pass in middle and high school, and they are just as golden as these diaries.
even
And
more,
they're
probably. I bet there's even more tea in those notes.
oh yeah, because it's not just me talking to myself now. You got interaction.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
It's
Like
some good
I
shit.
feel like that can still be. You can still call that titty.
Yeah. I mean, there was some yearning involved in some of this.
There's just more than one damsel now.
Yeah.
So
There's even dudes, not just damsels.
dudes in today in dramatic dude and damsel Uranus are just throw in an extra D.
Now we got triple D
Oh,
titties.
extra D.
Yes, triple D titties for the win.
Hell
So
yeah.
that's what you can look forward to. We're gonna have the um, moist cream pie dessert showdown coming up sometime in January. Details will be discussed later.
We need to pick a date
Um,
for that.
yeah, we'll pick a date for that. Eventually, we're going to get together and create a calendar that we're going to sell on Facebook Marketplace. We will be able to sell autographed calendars, so that will be fun. We're going to have the most amazing photo shoot, and it will be hysterical, and we cannot wait.
They are going to
Eventually,
sell so fast. Those
so fast.
calendars are going to fly off the shelves.
For
So
sure.
when they are available, you're going to need to pre-order them for
Oh,
sure.
yeah,
Like
sure.
we can probably go ahead and start like taking down names now
Right?
point because they're going to be in demand for
Yeah.
sure.
We should probably like schedule the shoot, but yeah,
Yeah,
that's the thing I feel like we need to do.
yeah, we probably need to like figure out what we want to shoot and then
Yeah.
get a photographer and
Yeah. Right now it's a concept, but this concept is amazing.
yes. Oh, it's gonna happen for sure.
Yeah. It probably has to happen after the new year because like this month is fucking crazy
Oh
with
yeah.
weddings. Everybody I know decided to get married within like a 3 week time frame. And they're all like, we need wedding DJs. And I'm like, fuck yes, you do. I will be there. But shit, man, that and like trivia has really kind of picked up and is shifting things and weirdness. And it's just everything is crazy right now. And then maybe, maybe I'll go on a cruise in December. Maybe I won't. I don't know what COVID has to say about that.
Yeah, I
So
was wondering about that the other day. So it's still just like I
yeah,
mean on for now, but subject to change.
I guess it's subject to the fucking CDC. This is what pisses me off is that the CDC still says no, you can't go on a cruise ship, but you can fly internationally. You can
Right.
stay in a hotel. You can do anything else when it comes to travel except go on a cruise ship. So I feel like they're like disproportionately punishing the cruise industry for what reason? I don't know.
I don't know.
But
Well,
it's like
I think
killing Florida.
the people that are really scared of it, they're
They're not
probably
going to be
not
on it.
on the cruise ship anyways. They're not
Exactly.
in the house. So
Yeah. If
I
you're sitting there going like, "Oh no, you can't open those up. They're just floating petri dishes of disease." Cool. Stay home and I will go put on my bikini and get in that petri dish cuz I got to get my ass out of this house.
right.
I'm done. So I have already paid like $2,500. Like I'm ready to go.
But at the same time, when you think of all that you guys are going to get
Oh
for that
yeah.
$500, you got a hell of a steal.
Yes. But and here's another thing. We're low key hoping that they're going to cancel it because if we cancel it, then we just get 100% credit towards the new cruise. But if they cancel it, they give us 200%. So that would mean instead of the 2250 that I've already paid, I would have $4,500, which means my ass will be in a Rockstar suite.
I mean, y'all are already in some sort of suite, right?
Oh, we just have a balcony room.
Right, but I mean, it's not. You don't have like one of the lower,
Well,
like.
it's a mid range.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a mid range, but I will totally bump my ass up to a suite with like a bougie ass robe and everything. Like,
Oh yeah, I remember when you sent me the link for the little virtual tour, and it had like was it like the bed was shaped like a guitar or something was shaped like a
yeah, all
guitar?
kinds of shit like that.
Mini.
No, not the one that I can afford, but the most expensive one that they offer is like, I think it's like $20,000 or something for the
Holy
trip.
shit!
Yeah, it's insanely expensive, but they have tables that have steps on them so that you can dance on the tables when you're drunk. They
Oh,
have steps. They also have 2 giant hot tubs on your own deck. It's
what
amazing.
do you do?
I know. Like, what we need to do is us and some of our bougie, child-free friends that have the money to do this. Like, we all need to get together, pool our money, and all rent the super bougie suite on the hotel. Because that's another thing.
About it, I'm
Right.
there.
Well, that's another thing I love about Virgin Voyages is that there's no children. Like, children are not allowed on this ship. I'm sorry, let me see your ID. You're 17 and a half? Fuck off.
Nope.
No, get out. Exactly. So I absolutely love it. Um,
Although, do we have any friends like that?
we might be the only two left.
I mean, we
Well,
might,
at least we have some that are willing to like chuck their kids at somebody and be like, peace, I'm out.
right.
They don't have their kid like stuck up their butt like some
Right.
other.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We could, if we planned it like, well in advance, there's a possibility.
Yeah.
But do we have enough friends like that? Because 20
You can walk into the store and be like, hi, my name's Courtney. I'm going to be your best friend for the next 20 days or so. I need you to invest $5,000 in this trip we're giving.
right?
Yes, because I know how you do.
Yeah,
You'll find people. That's what you do.
I will recruit somebody.
I mean, we could get Lindsay before baby fever takes over. Get a
Maybe,
hold of her,
maybe
maybe. Anyways, this has like really
derail.
gone. It is derailed. That's what we do.
Yeah.
I'll probably cut the majority of that out. But whatever. So
You
long
always say
story.
that, and then I always go back and listen to the episodes and then find a spot where you're like, I'll probably cut this out.
Yeah,
It's
I get lazy. Whatever.
fine.
Um,
Look, if y'all are showing up here for perfection, just get the fuck out because we don't play that shit.
you already know what you're getting, especially if you've been listening for a while now. You know what you signed up for. We are not pulling no bait and switch. You
Right.
know what's up. Also, new listeners, hi, welcome. Wherever you are from, shout out to Boardman, Oregon, still, I guess.
Oh, Boardman, Oregon has my heart.
I know.
They're the MVPs.
They are the OGs.
We did pick up a couple of new states and we did pick up a couple of new countries. Still waiting on picking up new planets, but we're currently still at 100% on Earth and 0% on the other planets. But Anchor has the option. I'm
Yeah.
just waiting for a 1% to sprinkle in there somewhere. So
I've been waiting for them to troll everybody and be like 2% from Uranus. You know, we have listeners in our anus. So yeah,
well,
that's
shocker. One in the pinky, two in the stinky. That's where that 2% comes from.
true story. So that is it, and there ain't no more.
Oh, except there is more because we didn't talk about any sponsors.
Oh shit, this is a full-on episode too, isn't it? Well, shit. And we
Well,
were talking,
shit are.
I know, right? Well, if you stayed this long, you might as well also go ahead and hop over to ourtotshow.com and click the little link at the top corner, the top left corner. That will take you directly to audibletrial.com/remember that one time, and you can get a free 30-day membership of Audible. It is amazing. You can go listen to some audiobooks while you're going about your daily tasks. You can learn something, you can be educated, you could be entertained. If you're into some of those, naughty smut books, you can, listen to your audiobooks so that frees up your hands so you can diddle. You don't have to hold your book. This is revolutionary, ladies.
Gosh, you just blew the minds of so many people.
I mean, it sells itself, really.
It really does, actually.
So yeah, go to audibletrial.com/remember that one time, or head over to ourtotshow.com and click the link in the top left-hand corner. Also, obviously, as we had just talked about, it is fall wedding season. If you have weddings, parties, bar mitzvahs, if it's your fish's third birthday and you want to throw down some jams, check out Mic Drop Mobile Media. I am working on the website right now. I finally moved the domain back to where it needs to be, and so I'm working on things. I did get a shiny new email address, though, so you can shoot over an email at DJ Chris, that's Kris, DJ Chris at micdropmobilemedia.com for any of your mobile DJ needs. And lastly,
Perfectly Polished Paragraphs is always there for your proofreading needs. Hit them up on the web, perfectlypolishedparagraphs.com. email them at info@perfectlypolishedparagraphs.com. And we do still have a promo code. PP20 gets you 10% off any of their services. They will hook you up.
Faux show.
And I also feel like you should have used the soundboard to do like some sort of when you said DJ Chris, because that was super cool.
That makes me happy. I don't have it pulled up on this computer right this second, or I would have.
I should have just had my ham horn available.
Right? I've got a button on my mixer over here that I could have hooked up, but meh. So, yep. So now that's all there is, and there ain't no more. So remember to say yes to adventures because they become stories, and in the end, that is all we are. Cheers.
Cheers.
I have this is my mic.
Giant testicle.
It's my mic. I have my drink is in the freezer. It's a trick or treat blast from Sonic because they were half off on the app today, and I have no self-control.
Yeah, so I literally just found out about this whole Sonic app thing.
Really?